What if physics, scripture, and spirituality were all trying to tell us the exact same story, just using different words? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into a unified theory that tries to connect all of it. It's a pretty radical new way of looking at reality, our purpose, and, well, the entire cosmos.
It really all kicks off with the biggest question you can possibly ask, right? Why are we here? Is all of this just some random cosmic accident? A beautiful but ultimately meaningless fluke? Or is there something a little more intentional going on? This theory says, oh yeah, there absolutely is. So here it is. This is the core idea we're going to spend our time unpacking. This framework suggests that the universe isn't just some passive stage where life accidentally popped up. No, it's a purpose-built school, a curriculum designed for consciousness itself to learn and evolve.
Okay, so to really understand the school, we've got to go back, way back, before the first day of class, before the Big Bang, before space and time even existed as we know them. We have to start at the absolute primordial source of everything.
According to this theory, before there was anything, there was something called scalar light. Now, this is not the light from your desk lamp. Think of it more like an infinite, unified field of pure potential. It's not in space or time. It's the very state from which space and time even emerge. Every single thing that could possibly happen, every choice, every outcome, it all exists right here, all at once in a state of perfect, undivided unity.
Now here's where it gets really cool. Look at how this primordial source compares to the light we actually see and interact with every day. If the electromagnetic light that governs our reality is the information inside the simulation, then scalar light is the source code itself. One is the world of separation and expression that we live in. The other is the unified potential that it all springs from.
So you've got this infinite field of pure potential just sitting there. What kicks it all into gear? An active observation. This theory says there was a primary consciousness, an original observer, and this pure awareness simply acted upon the field. And in that one single moment of observation, boom, the unified wave of potential collapsed, and that started the whole process of creation. The Big Bang wasn't the start of energy. It was the start of energy getting organized.
And this brings us right here, to the classroom itself, our universe. A reality that was intentionally built with rules, dimensions, and forces, all perfectly designed to help the consciousness inside of it learn and grow. In this model, the 7 days of creation you read about in Genesis, well, they're not literal 24-hour periods. They're actually beautiful metaphors for dimensions unfolding, one after another. You start with the first distinction of light from dark, then you get the boundary between the weird quantum world and our normal physical world, all the way down to humanity gaining the incredible power of co-creation through free will. Each day adds a new layer, a new set of rules to the simulation, and this perfectly illustrates the rules of the game. The 4 fundamental forces of physics, they're not just random laws of nature. Nope. They each have a much deeper metaphysical purpose. The strong force, that's the principle of unity holding matter together. Electromagnetism, that allows for all interaction and relationship. The weak force is what enables transformation and evolution. And gravity? Well, gravity is that constant gentle pull of everything back toward its source, back toward unity.
All right, so we have the classroom and its rules. Now let's talk about the student. Because if the universe is a school, then we are the students, and our #1 tool for learning is the incredible power of choice.
This brings us to a really important distinction, the difference between fate and destiny. Think of fate as what happens when you're on autopilot. It's the path of non-action, where your past patterns and karma just keep repeating themselves. But destiny, destiny is the path of conscious, free will action. That's where you use your awareness to transform those old patterns and actively rewrite your own reality.
So this is the core mechanic, and it's basically a mirror of quantum physics. Reality exists as a wave of infinite potential, just pure possibility. But when you, the observer, make a choice and act with your free will, you collapse that wave into a single concrete experience, what they call a particle state. Your choices are literally what turns possibility into the reality you live and breathe. So for all students here with this incredible power to shape reality, what's the lesson? What are we actually supposed to be learning? Well, it all comes down to frequency.
The entire curriculum is built on a fundamental duality, which you can really understand as 2 core frequencies. You have fear, which is the frequency of incoherence, of separation, of things falling apart. And then you have love, which is the frequency of coherence, of unity, of order. In this model, good and evil aren't really moral judgments, they're vibrational states. The real question is, are you creating order or are you creating chaos with your choices?
And this is just a profound reframing of a word we use all the time. Love isn't just a feeling you have. In this theory, it's a fundamental force of physics. It's the highest possible state of coherence. It's the vibrational frequency that aligns you directly with the source of all reality, with that scalar light we talked about. It is the signature of unity itself.
So where does all this lead? I mean, after all the lessons, all the choices, this whole long journey through duality, what's the final outcome? What does it actually mean to graduate from this cosmic school?
And this is so critical to understand. The point isn't to break out of some cosmic jail. The goal is to master the curriculum. Enlightenment isn't about escaping the world, it's about fully understanding its rules and its purpose, and learning how to operate within it from a state of total coherence and awareness.
And when that mastery is finally achieved, you reach what's called a state of oneness. This is where all of your resistance to what is just dissolves. That feeling of being a separate me fades away because you start to recognize your own consciousness in everyone and everything. The old karmic loops of cause and effect just lose their power over you.
And so, the soul completes its incredible journey. It returns to that perfect state of unity that it came from, but with one crucial, game-changing difference. Now it has full, conscious awareness of what it is. The journey through separation was the only way to achieve a conscious understanding of unity.
And that leaves all of us with a final thought to really chew on. If this entire cosmic structure is a curriculum that's been designed for our growth, and every single experience is a lesson, what is the universe trying to teach you right now?